Most people think Rolex is the ultimate watch brand and the safest option for long-term value. But the reality is far more nuanced. In certain market cycles and specific models, Cartier watches have actually outperformed Rolex in value growth, cultural relevance, and long-term collector demand. Rolex focuses heavily on durability, mass recognition, and consistency, producing a very large number of watches every year. While this keeps Rolex extremely popular and easy to recognize, it also limits true long-term rarity. Cartier operates differently, putting its strength into design, heritage, and historical importance rather than volume, which allows Cartier watches to gain value in more unique and sometimes faster ways over time. One major reason Cartier sometimes outperforms Rolex is design longevity. Rolex designs change very little, which protects brand identity but also makes vintage models look extremely similar to modern ones. A Submariner from years ago still looks almost identical today. Cartier watches like the Tank, Santos, and Crash are instantly recognizable by shape alone. These designs are timeless, artistic, and emotionally appealing, becoming even more desirable as fashion trends shift toward elegance, minimalism, and vintage proportions, which increases demand for older Cartier models. Cartier also benefits from deep historical significance that very few brands can match. The Cartier Santos was one of the first wristwatches designed specifically for men, created for aviation pioneer Alberto Santos Dumont. The Cartier Tank dates back to World War I and has been worn by artists, royalty, and cultural icons for generations. This kind of history adds emotional and cultural value that many collectors begin to prioritize once they move beyond hype, waiting lists, and brand recognition. As collectors mature, they shift focus from status to story, and Cartier offers one of the strongest stories in the entire watch industry. Fashion cycles play a major role as well. Rolex exists mostly outside fashion trends, remaining safe, consistent, and predictable. Cartier sits at the intersection of horology, fashion, and art. When the market favors slimmer cases, gold watches, leather straps, and vintage aesthetics, Cartier demand rises quickly and sometimes explosively. During these periods, Cartier prices often increase faster than Rolex, because buyers expand beyond traditional watch collectors into fashion-driven audiences and new luxury buyers. Cultural influence also helps Cartier outperform at times. Rolex is worn everywhere, by everyone, which can reduce exclusivity at higher levels. Cartier has been embraced by tastemakers who wear it for style rather than status. This positions Cartier as a symbol of taste, creativity, and confidence instead of pure wealth, increasing long-term desirability and pushing certain models into strong appreciation phases. Scarcity is another key factor. While Rolex controls supply very publicly, Cartier often discontinues sizes, dial layouts, and references quietly. Many Cartier models that are valuable today were once overlooked and produced in relatively limited numbers. As collectors rediscover these pieces, demand rises quickly while supply stays fixed, leading to sharp price growth that can outperform Rolex during the same time period. Cartier's recent strategy has further boosted value. For many years, Cartier was undervalued in the secondary market, allowing collectors to buy historically important watches at relatively low prices. When Cartier invested in better movements, refined proportions, and leaned strongly into its heritage, the market responded fast. Rolex prices were already high, leaving less room for rapid growth, while Cartier had significantly more upside potential. Entry price psychology also matters. Many collectors can no longer afford rare Rolex models due to rising prices and premiums. Cartier offers a credible and respected alternative with strong heritage at a lower entry point. As more buyers enter the Cartier market, prices rise faster because demand expands from a smaller base. This doesn't mean Cartier always beats Rolex. Rolex remains one of the strongest and most stable watch brands in the world. But in specific models and market phases, Cartier has delivered higher percentage growth, stronger cultural relevance, and deeper emotional appeal. Understanding design, history, and timing is what separates smart collectors from average buyers. If you enjoyed this kind of luxury watch insight and want more videos on watches, investment trends, and hidden market truths, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for what's coming next.